Stevie J with your UFC Fight Night 32 results. Some of these fights were not aired on the main broadcast, and that's kind of a shame because it was only 2 hours and 37 minutes, so they definitely had time, but they went straight to Fox Sports Live. So here's everything that took place. At Flyweight, Dustin Ortiz defeated Jose Maria Tomei, TKO of the third round at 3:19. Now, since that went almost the full distance, I can understand them not bonusing it. But since Adriano Martins got submission of the night for a straight armbar at 2:49 of the second round, they probably should have showed that lightweight bout. And Thiago Tavares beat Justin Salas with a rear naked choke in the first round at 2:38, so they definitely could have found time for that. They did show a middleweight bout from the prelims, Omari Akhmedov defeating Thiago Perpetual via knockout at 3:31 in the first round, and that was a pretty insane fight because Perpetual had him in trouble at least twice until Akhmedov just totally crunched him, threw a right hand, and then got one more in on the ground, and that was all she wrote. From there, we move on to Sam Sicilia defeating Godofredo Pepe by TKO at 1:42 of the first round in a featherweight bout. So again, they could have shown it. Don't know why they didn't. The first fight to be televised was the shortest of the entire evening, as Jeremy Stephens just head kicked the hell out of Honey Jason at 40 seconds of the first round, and it's Honey Jason's own fault as he was trying to duck down right as Stephens threw the kick. So he literally threw himself into Stephens' leg. You've never heard a Brazilian crowd get so quiet. You literally could have heard a pin drop in the arena. Stephens was very classy in victory though, and thanked Brazil for being so hospitable to a humble guy from Iowa. Then in a welterweight bout, Ryan LaFleur outworked Santiago Ponzinibbio for 3 straight rounds and got 30-27 across the board. He had no answer for LaFleur's striking or takedowns, so he's got to go back to the drawing board. Brandon Thatch proved once again he's the real deal by getting Paulo Thiago out of there with knees and punches. He tapped 2 strikes, TKO at 2:10 of round 1. Rafael Feijão Cavalcante didn't need much time to finish off Igor Perchaik either. They got into a clinch war, and the clinch game of Igor Perchaik was not equal to Feijão's clinch because his knees really hurt Perchaik badly, and then he threw a couple of hands that finished it off. Just no answer for Perchaik because he was already hurt to begin with and could not defend those strikes. So 1:18 of round 1. Cesar Mutanch Ferreira proves his point over Daniel Sarafian that he would have won Tough Brazil either way, although the scores here are pretty wacky. There was a 29-28 in favor of Sarafian, and then a 30-27 and a 30-28 in favor of Ferreira. Now I could see either 30-27 or 29-28 for Ferreira, but the 30-28 means one judge thought there was a 10-10 round, and there was no round in this fight that was even. And whatever judge thinks that Sarafian won 2 out of 3 rounds is completely out of his mind, because Ferreira was in control for almost the entire fight. In fact, this really frustrates me, and maybe some of you watching this will agree. Mario Yamasaki kept standing up Ferreira when he was in dominant positions on the ground and going for a submission. Why would you stand somebody up out of a submission attempt? I understand it may not be exciting if the guy is inching his way forward, but Brazilian crowds are more patient than most about the ground game, and there's just no need for it. It's stupid to stand a guy up out of a dominant position just because you think as the referee the fight needs more excitement. A finish by submission is exciting. I think this fight could have actually ended before it went the distance if Yamasaki didn't keep standing Ferreira up, but he gets the win anyway, so he didn't get robbed. And in the main event, Vitor Belfort didn't have a whole lot of trouble with Dan Henderson. He tried to press in, throwing right hands, ate one of his own, was a little wobbly, tried to get back up to his feet, and as he was getting up, got head kicked the hell out. 1:17 of round 1. John Anik tried to get Belfort to say who he wanted to fight next, and he just read some email off his iPhone instead about his wife and kids. So, not getting that answer tonight. But that's it for UFC Fight Night 32. I'm Stevie J.